Hello, friend. I'm Reverend Ric Beattie. I'm the senior minister here at Unity of Royal Oak in Royal Oak, Michigan. And it's always an honor for me to share with you this midweek connection. I call it sometimes midweek meditation. It's a little bit of teaching currently, and whatever comes into my mind. It's like no different than my doing a lesson. I need to get my beard trimmed. So it's always an honor to be with you, and today is Wednesday, October the 18th, 2023, and I'm going to share with you today's daily word. By the way, if you don't subscribe, I encourage you to do it. You can get it electronic, you can get it in the 2 months in one booklet form, you can get it in large print. There are lots of ways. Go to dailyword.com. Daily Word is published by Unity, and I share the daily reading with permission of the publishers, Unity. And the key word, the theme is my words, my words. And the affirmation is, I wield the power of my words wisely. Words have power, and I can use that power to create or destroy. Breathe into that. Take that in. It's the truth. It's the truth. There's the James Allen little poem, As a Man Thinketh. And there's a line in that poem that says that I can create and destroy. I can use words to build people up or to tear them down, and I can use words to tear me down as well. Have you noticed that? All right. Words have power, and I can use that power to create or destroy. I choose my words carefully and speak words that are uplifting. I pay attention to my thoughts and do not give room to limiting fear-based ideas. I have the power to fill my thinking with affirmations of truth. Remind myself that I am divine, loved, and spiritually protected. I avoid using my words in negative ways that offend or hurt others. And I would add, and offend or hurt myself. I take full responsibility for how I use the mighty power of my voice. I keep my thoughts, words, and actions in alignment with my spiritual nature. I have the courage to speak truthfully and authentically and to be a presence for good. Let me say that again. I have the courage to speak truthfully and authentically and be a presence for good. I pray the words from my heart will be a beacon of light for all who hear. And the Bible verse for today is from Matthew 12:37. By your words you will be justified, and by your words you will be condemned. Either or. They can be used either or. It's my hope that Spirit write these words on our hearts. I've got my heavily meditated t-shirt on under a flannel because it's that kind of time in Michigan, although today is about 60 degrees and we're not going to have many more of these yet this year, so I'm enjoying it. I've got an appointment to have my eyes measured for my upcoming cataract surgery and new lens insertion. My vision has radically deteriorated the last few months, and my ophthalmologist and I met last Friday and planned a course of action, so I'm looking forward to that, seeing how that unfolds. So we can build people up or tear them down, and there's a lot of that going on right now. A lot of rhetoric, a lot of divisiveness. Please pay attention to the stuff on social media. I'm finding more and more and more errors. I think they're intentional, trying to sway people one direction or another. And part of the reason why meditation is so important to me is because in meditation I can turn myself away from the noise of the outer world and embrace something truer, something beyond wordiness, that presence in me. And you know that place. I know that you do, or you wouldn't be here. Some of you very, very faithful. We're cooking up a plan to do some live stream meditations pretty soon, so that's going to be fun. But Be careful about what you're thinking about, what you're saying about yourself, about other people. And we have a tendency, remember, to see in others what we can't or won't see in ourselves. Think about that for a minute. It comes up for me every once in a while. It's like, oh, the stuff that I've ever been crazy about, ranted about, complained about other people, I do it, all of it. I see it. So let's start here. I can check myself first. Then I can check my own thinking about those ones out there, the person driving next to me, the person cutting in front of me. Well, I saw them. I was able to slow down. If I hadn't seen them, my car has the ability, this car, my new one, to brake if I don't. So more technology. I still driving with a great awareness. I speak with a great awareness. And I think that getting older in life is about becoming more and more mindful. More and more mindful of my effect on the people and the experience that I'm having. More and more mindful of the fact that I am creating this experience of my life, moment by moment, thought by thought. So I'm going to start some music. We're using 6 Degrees of Meditation today by Kim Lange, our creative director. And I'm going to invite you to just do a quick scan of your body. Are you carrying any tension, any stiffness, soreness, anything that's stressful? This life is, there's a lot going on in our world. Look at it. Every level, going on in Washington, going on in the Middle East, going on between Russia and Ukraine, stuff going on in India and in Pakistan. There's just a lot. Heat and storms and all of it, all of the finger pointing. And we can be a part of the solution, I believe. And we start by being good to ourselves and developing the ability to be resilient, to spring back from the noise of the outer quickly and easily and effortlessly. So those are some of the gifts of meditation. A simple meditation we do here. Bring your focus to your breath, or you could use a mantra in your head, the furnace running, the air conditioning running, something to give the mind something to do as we open ourselves up to that something deeper, something more. All right. So scan your body. Notice if there's anything that is tense, and the moment you notice it, invite it to drain away, and it will. It will. If you should hear anything that disturbs you, noise, a vehicle going by where I'm sharing this meditation from my office at the church, maybe noise on your end, let it simply be a reminder to turn within, to allow yourself to turn away from the outer world and to turn to something that is deeper, more true, perhaps more authentic. And I invite you to be willing and be open to the movement of spirit. And join me as we take a deep breath together and sigh it out, trusting and knowing that you have the ability, you have the audacity to think, to believe, to trust, to know that the Spirit of God, the Spirit of life itself, divine intelligence, communicates with you and is in communion with you. And this meditation and all meditations are part of that process of communion or common union. So deep breath in, release it, another deep breath in, release it, and now allow your awareness to rest on your normal breathing pattern. Allow your awareness to rest in that place between breaths and to be open to the movement of the One, presence and power that some call God. here and now, in the midst of us. You can meditate with your eyes open or closed. It doesn't matter. And if your mind wanders off, just invite it back to the breath. And then follow your next breath inward. And as we remain in this meditative state, I invite you to call to mind any place in you, any thought, word, deed, body part that you would like to experience a healing in. Perhaps it's letting go of something recent or from the past. Perhaps it is the realization that healing could look like the realization that you have always been in the right place at the right time for you. Breathe into that. And I'm thinking of the dear ones who have submitted prayers to our prayer team, prayer requests. Each of you, and you can do that by sending an email to prayer@unityofroyaloak.org, and we print those off and put them in the prayer box and then share them with Silent Unity ultimately. So we bathe these dear ones, these places in us first that we are willing to be healed. The master teacher, and I love this Christus that someone gave me back there carved in wood, of the master teacher, the way the artist rendered the way he looked. He was a swarthy short Jew, that's the truth of it, but I love the image, and Our Lady of Guadalupe on the wall back there, and a rock that Deborah Madison from Sacramento painted for me and shipped to me. Trinkets and whatnot. So angel that I brought back from a retreat with Martha Creek. All of these things remind me that I am connected to something bigger. And so I invite you to pray with me. Beloved God, Father, Mother, and everything beyond the words that we have, we give thanks for the things that connect us to each other and to you, to the life that lives us. We give thanks for this life, and we're willing to see things differently. We are willing to be part of the change that we would like to experience in the world. So if it's going to be, it's up to me. I've always known that, God, and doing my part, leaning in, and trusting that as I lean in, that others lean in, and that there is strength and energy beyond imagination, beyond my ability to comprehend it. I call upon all of this part of me, the I am in me, the Christ in me, and together we bless each other. We bless the places in us that need healing, and we bless our beloved planet and all of the places in the planet that it is experiencing turmoil. And we do our part to lift it up. And so it is. Amen. My email address is ric, R-I-C, @unityofroyaloak.org. Our website is unityofroyaloak.org, www.unityofroyaloak.org. We appreciate, and I personally appreciate, your investment by participating in these experiences, by sharing them with others, by coming back to them when you need a little boost, because energetically, whenever any of us are gathered, we're all here. And thank you for your financial contributions. They mean so much. So whatever you're doing, remember that the light of God surrounds us, the love of God enfolds us, the power of God protects us, and the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is. All is well. Namaste.